You picked up that awesome Fuji XH2 and now you want to be able to protect it and get the most functionality out of it. So the question is, do you go for this, a SmallRig cage for it, or do you go for that, the dedicated L bracket by SUNWAYFOTO? So let's take a look at this on this episode of This or That. Let's go. So when you're deciding between a full cage and a dedicated L bracket, the biggest thing that I think that you should consider is going to be how you plan on using the camera. Are you planning on using it as a photographer, or you plan on using it as a videographer? So when it comes to videography, you're going to need to have functionality. You're going to be able to need to add on top handles, side handles, mounts for monitors, extra batteries, teleprompters, everything else. You have so an L bracket is going to give you all of these mounting holes with a bunch of 1/4, 20, and 3/8 mounting holes on it. You're going to get generally you're going to get an extra cold shoe adapter, and you're still going to get that ARCA plate on the bottom, so you can quickly and easily get it between gimbals, tripods, things like that. The downside is it's going to add more weight, it's going to add more girth, and if you're just doing, let's say, photography, let's say street photography, you're not going to be able to fit in with the crowd, so to speak. So if you're primarily using it for photography, a dedicated L bracket such as this is going to be the way to go. So number one is you're still getting all the functionality that you need as a photographer. Namely, you're going to get an ARCA plate on the bottom here, and because while most videographers are shooting in a horizontal format, you don't have an ARCA plate on the side here. But if you're a photographer, odds are you might turn your camera in a vertical position. So here you're going to get a dedicated ARCA plate as well. So you will be able to mount the camera both ways, which is definitely going to be very important, especially, let's say, for example, if you're using it with something like a geared head. So on ball heads, sometimes you'll have like a 90-degree angle, but if you're using a gear head or a fluid head, you're generally not going to get that. So you need to be able to have 2 ARCA plates on these. And while you technically can attach an ARCA plate on this, this already has it built in without adding a bunch more weight. So hopefully that gives you the information you need for your Fuji XH2, whether you should go with a dedicated cage or a dedicated L bracket for your camera. Hopefully that gives you the information you need, and I'll see you in the next video.